Hey everyone, welcome to today's Halloween story time about when a demon ate my soul. This is terrifying, and I want to say it's not clickbait because the events that happened that I'm going to tell you did happen, but whether or not you believe in demons or not, totally up to you. I'm not going to tell you that you have to, but this was kind of terrifying. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you know when the next video comes out, which might be another scary story time if you guys like this. I also have a whole bunch more stories similar to this one. Dunno, we'll have to see how long I survive after telling this story because it's kind of terrifying. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. This was 2013. Let me set the scene for you. It was 2013. I was 20 years old. I was living in a share house in Brisbane, working 2 jobs, and my mum had just moved back down to Sydney to be with my dad, and family was chaotic. I had just gotten out of a seriously terrifying relationship. I have another video on that somewhere, I'll link it. And I was dating a rock and roll guy, I guess you could say. He was the drummer for a band here in Brisbane, just a local band. I don't know where to start this story because there are a lot of components, but I'll start with the fact that I have suffered from sleep paralysis in the past. So what happened in this particular event, I'm pretty sure I had a lot more sleep paralysis where I was living. Either way, this year I was getting sleep paralysis quite a bit. And one particular night, I was going to sleep and I was dreaming that I was at my boyfriend's house, this rock and roll dude. And I was on his bed and he was kind of sitting up, and this was the worst that I've ever experienced. And I'm kind of just lying there, and then I could feel myself falling into the sleep paralysis. Like I could feel myself, I realized what it was. So I said out loud in the dream, "Help, I've got to get out of here, I'm having sleep paralysis." And my boyfriend in the dream was kind of like, no, don't worry about it, no. And then I finally wrenched myself out of it. And like, if you've ever had sleep paralysis, it's one of the most terrifying things ever. So I somehow managed to get out of it, and I was like lying there, like you kind of feel like everything's vibrating or shaking or something, and you just hear this ringing in your ears. Like all of your senses are off. Everything is off. So I'm lying there, I'm like huffing and puffing, I'm like freaking out, and then it literally felt like, and I'm like, there's something about sleep paralysis where like when you're coming out of it, you feel like you're pulling yourself out of it. Like it's not like you wake up, you literally pull yourself out of it, and that's what it was. But then this was the best part. I was pulled back into it. Like I don't normally know when I'm gonna have sleep paralysis. I don't have, like a lot of people say they see stars in their eyes or they feel a sensation as they go into sleep and they know that they'll have sleep paralysis. This was literally like I was lying there still trying to catch my breath and come back to reality from the sleep paralysis that I just had. And it felt like something was pulling me from the middle of my chest, like from my heart, from my soul, whatever the hell you want to call it. It was just like, pulled me right back into it. And I was in the same dream, in the same place, and my boyfriend was sitting there, and he had kind of gone a little bit weird. He became something, and then it started talking. And I say it because it wasn't my boyfriend in the dream. Like it wasn't my boyfriend anymore, and I could tell it wasn't. And it was like laughing and like ha ha ha, and like each ha would still be going when the next ha happened. Like you get this weird echoing sensation that goes on. So I'm sitting there and I'm in sleep paralysis in my dream on his bed, while I'm also in sleep paralysis in my bed in real life. And what happened was there was this demon that kind of, when you think of like a werewolf transformation and you think of like an animal coming out of someone's skin, that's literally what happened to my boyfriend in this dream. Like he was sitting there and I knew who he was, and he had gone from that nonchalant kind of like shrugging it off like, no, don't worry about it, no, don't worry about it, to like this thing had just grown out of his skin and it was a little demon, and it was sitting all fucking creepy and shit, and it kind of crawls over to me in this really weird, possessed kind of way. And it was like, and I was begging and pleading. I was like, please, you gotta get me out of here. This is a sleep paralysis. You don't understand. Like, I'm terrified right now. I need to wake up. I need to wake up. And it goes, and it was laughing, and it was like this, like, demonic laugh. Like, that's all I can explain it as. And it's sitting on my chest by this stage. Like, it had crawled, so like I'm lying down and he's kind of like sitting at the head of the bed, and then crawls down to like my crutch kind of, and then it's sitting on my crutch and like crawling up to my chest and laughing at me, and then it's sitting on my chest and it goes, you're never gonna get out of here. You're gonna be stuck here forever. I'm gonna take your soul and you'll never leave. And then it pulls my lower jaw down and reaches into my, like, it reaches into my throat as if to grab my fucking soul. And then it just kind of all goes dark. And it's weird with sleep paralysis. Sometimes it just like, it goes, like when you wake up, you kind of like blend your dream with reality. This blends your dream with just pitch black. And so I'm lying there in pitch black, and all I can feel is this compression on my chest and this thing pulling my jaw down, and like, and that's all I can feel. Like, I can actually feel this happening to me. I finally woke up, and I don't remember. All I remember is going to work the next day. I had to open the store, and when you have sleep paralysis, I don't know what the hell it is, but every sound, like, you'll hear, and it will be like ringing and like just as if it's bouncing off your head. Like, it just, you hear one noise and it just continues to echo in your head, and you touch things and they feel weird, and you feel like something's like, if you feel like your skin's made of like cling wrap, like, it just, everything feels weird, everything feels wrong, everything hurts, everything's loud, everything's like terrifying, everything's scary, everything is scary. Like, there's no other way of explaining it other than everything is scary. And the reason that I am calling this the story time about when a demon ate my soul is because I haven't had sleep paralysis since, and that was the worst sleep paralysis I have ever experienced. And I think that in order to have sleep paralysis, you need to have a soul or something. Like, the theory, there are multiple theories behind it. There aren't very many scientific theories, but the philosophical, the spiritual theory behind sleep paralysis is that while you're asleep, your soul is unprotected, and it's easier for demons to take it from you. And in all of the ancient, like, paintings of it, there's always someone sitting on your chest trying to take your soul. Like, it's a demon. It's a demon. That's all it is. It's just a fucking demon that wants to take your soul. And the fact that in that one, it did take my soul, and I haven't had it since, I'm gonna cry. It terrifies me. And the next time I saw my boyfriend, this is hard to say. The next time I saw my boyfriend at the time, I told him about my sleep paralysis, and he kind of just looked at me like, oh, and he goes, well, I was like, what are you hiding from me? Because he was obviously hiding something from me. And he goes, that's probably because of me. I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, we did a seance that went bad. I was literally at this point like, fuck! Like, my life was an absolute shambles, and this was just the last straw. Like, and the fact that, like, it was him in the dream, and he's saying that he had a seance that had gone bad, and like, he was keeping this demon around, like, he couldn't get rid of the demon, is basically what he was telling me. Like, he summoned a demon, couldn't get rid of it, and then I have a sleep paralysis of him, the demon inside of him, coming out and taking my soul as well? Are you fucking kidding me? So I don't know, I'm doing this story time because it's fucking scary, but also because I kind of want to know what you guys think. Science hasn't explained sleep paralysis aside from the fact that for some reason when you go to sleep sometimes your brain decides to be awake as well. That I call bullshit. Science does not understand why it happens. I don't know. And the fact that like all over the world there were people explaining sleep paralysis as the same thing, and the fact that people see the same thing in sleep paralysis, like that's fucked up. Like it's like ancient civilizations having the same explanation for why sleep paralysis occurs, and then science is still struggling to come up with like a sound response. I ain't buying that, science. I think I'm gonna listen to all of the other fucking cultures in the fucking universe that have said that it's a demon trying to take your soul. Like, yeah, so I don't know if you guys have like, if you guys have an explanation for this, or if you have like a response as to what I should do about it. I haven't been to a church since, but I feel like I should probably go and get blessed by a priest or something. Like, this was 3 years ago, and I'm only just telling this story to people because I was just so scared. Like, obviously on the day people were like, what's wrong, you look really ill, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I just lost my fucking soul, I'm sorry I look a little pale. You know, like, just and I hate sleep paralysis, and I don't want to ask for it again, but if I had it since then, I probably wouldn't be as scared of this one event, because it would kind of, to me, prove that I still have a soul. It's terrifying. Like, I might not have a soul. A demon stole my soul. That was hard to say. Yeah, if you guys have like an explanation as to why you think this happened, or what you think happened, or what I should do about this, please, please, like, I'm wearing all of my protection right now, please leave it in the comments down below, because I didn't want to tell this story, but it's Halloween and I thought it would be fun. If you guys want me to tell other stories about sleep paralysis, because I've been having this since I was like 3 years old, like as long as I can remember, until of course, you know, I lost my soul, because thanks demon, you took it, you can have it. The thing that fucking creeps me out is, who's got my soul now? Who was walking around with my soul? What, if I meet them, would I know? Would I be able to take my soul back? Do I have to get a new soul in the mail? Like, do I just order it online? Hey, you know, looking for soul, want to buy soul. I don't know, it's terrifying. It's really scary. But I mean, you know, think of the positives. At least I can do Ouija boards without having to worry about a demon trying to take my soul again. I'm actually gonna cry, you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, subscribe if you liked this, and let me know how I can get my soul back, or if you don't think that I've lost my soul, or whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and you guys will see me in the next one. Unless I die miraculously. I gotta stop saying things like that. Knock on wood, I don't die. Thank you for watching. Bye!